Hello everybody, how was everybody doing? Welcome back. So today we're doing a long-awaited thing that has been just sitting here since the very beginning, and I feel like I should personally apologize to the kitchens because up until this point in our Hogwarts build, the kitchen has been serving as a bit of a throwaway room for all of our portraits that we downloaded off the gallery, and I just needed a place to put them, and it was the kitchens. So the kitchens has been severely neglected up until this point, but no more. We're getting in here and we're doing the kitchens. We did the Hufflepuff common room in the last video, so I felt like it was very appropriate that we should knock out the kitchens in this video. So what we're doing is, it is a big room, and yet it could be bigger in my mind. Like, I tried to fit everything in, but I had to make some compromises along the way. Even as big as it is, yeah, stuff had to be fit in and some had to just be axed. So we'll see what happens, but today I'm just going through and I'm adding a little bit of dimension to it because I hate just a big square room. So I added in some side pillars and some roofing and everything just to make it very dynamic. I do go back and I change the concreting roofing. I don't know what they're called, but they go like along the top of stuff. And they are very thick, as you can see, and they're concrete. I do go back and I change them just because they look nice and I thought it would look good with what I was going for, but in reality it just did not look good. So I do go back and change those. Now what I'm most proud about in this build is two things. One, the dining table, and two, my little custom fireplaces. So as you can see, I wanted a really big fireplace. Like, I wanted massive, nothing hidden away in a corner or something. I wanted a real fireplace in the kitchens. So I go through and I make this little custom fireplace, and it turned out so amazing. I'm so chuffed with how it ended up. I was a little unsure at first. You sort of have to trust the process with custom stuff like this, but in the end it just turned out so lovely. I had to really put a lot of layers to it and fill in a lot of negative space. And then as soon as I put the greenery in, the stuff that hangs down, I thought, yes, we've hit on something good here. I like this. So going through and I'm adding in the vents and everything. Now, you may have noticed in the photo on the thumbnail of this video, I didn't do the 4 long tables that mimic the Great Hall above. So in my mind, and I'm pretty sure in reality too, in that if the elves are making dinner and everything, they have 4 really long tables in the kitchens that mimic the tables upstairs in the Great Hall. And when everything's ready to go, I think it's like an apparition spell or something, and everything just goes whoosh and upwards. So I didn't actually end up doing that. I tried. But then the way I actually set out the room was very limited for cooking spaces. I didn't want to dedicate it all to the dining tables that were just going to be filled up with food, and I just had nowhere to put oven spaces and preparation spaces, and I felt like I needed to prioritize actually making enough workspaces for all the elves to make food for literally, I'm thinking maybe 1,000 people or something, or close to, but a couple hundred every single night, 3 meals a day. And I'm like, you're going to need so much space to do that. It needs to be bigger. So I do prioritize putting down cooking spaces over the 4 long tables. I do put in 1 long table. And my headcanon is that they basically just take this 1 table and they duplicate it just 1,000,000 times and transport it up into the Great Hall. That is my headcanon. I will not be taking questions. I love that I put a cooking pot in the fireplace and I had to go back and light the fires. There's Vernon, he's my playtester still at the moment. And so he's going in and he lit the fires for me, and I thought it was such a charming effect, even though the fireplace is sized up. As you can see, I'm going through and I am actually testing out the dining table idea. And then I'm like, where am I going to put the ovens? Because I had space for the sinks and everything, but nothing for the ovens. And I'm like, there's a lot to cook. What am I going to do? So compromises were made and I'm happy with how it turned out. So yeah, we're okay. So I'm just going through and I'm making nooks because I feel like there needs to be a lot of workspace It feels a little bit like laid out like an industrial kitchen. We have things around the edges, sink areas, and then we have main cooking areas in the middle with supplies surrounding and very easy at hand. Now, I did go in and put some stools down, and I started to put stools down like in front of sinks and in front of ovens and everything, and then I felt a bit racist, honestly, because I'm like, is there such a thing as heightist? Because I feel like I'm being heightist right now, because the elves, you know, they're pretty spry, and I've seen Dobby jump up and down a lot, so it's like, mate, do they need stools? It feels awful putting in stools. I don't know. So I put down stools to the side of workstations. They can use them, they can drag them over if they need them, but we're just, you know, we're going to try and be sensitive about this and go, okay, they're there if they need them, but let's not presume. So yeah, that's just me, and I'm going along and I am putting in all my conveniences. I'm putting in as much food as The Sims 4 can provide us, because I was like, I've got to fill up this dining table, and just putting in all the relevant appliances. I'm thinking waffles, I'm thinking tea and coffee, I'm thinking ice cream, so we're just trying our best. Now, I was really happy with how this long grand dining table worked out, but I think the thing that cinches it is I go in and I actually put down some holly and some autumn leaves just to fill in the negative space on the table, and it just makes it look that much more full and inviting and on theme, and I think it's the perfect thing that just makes it. So yeah, I was really excited about that. But really, that is it for my kitchens. I did have ambitions to go back and do an elf dormitory, but you know what, I actually ran out of space and I forgot. It was one of those things that's not even in canon, in the books, or in the movies or anything. I just thought it might be a nice idea, but I didn't actually do it, I'm sorry. But the kitchens are absolutely gorgeous, and I hope I gave the elves a beautiful workspace. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making these kitchens, honestly. But if you'd like to see the next one, feel free to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.